Hello there, Ddraig back, and this time we're with the Kislev Reborn mod again, and of course we're going to just do a quick look at the campaign. So I've just been looking through my old videos and I realised I didn't do a campaign of when I did the Kislev roster before, which was done by Decomposed. So, well, to complete the circle, I better have to do one for this one. So let's just scan over here and go on to the two campaigns you can possibly play. So to play this mod, you obviously need Kislev Reborn and Mixu and Yoka, and that's all you need. That's what I've got on at the moment, and as you can see, I can choose these two characters. Of course, you can add all the other Mixu mods, and the mod itself has got patches for SFO. Boys Were Boys is inbuilt as far as I remember, and End Times, which is the more recent overhaul mod. So just download whichever version you want, or just play as your normal. So here we are. Here's the two yards. Let's start with Vocis here. So what faction effects has he got? Well, public order +2, equipment plus ranks, and construction cost reduction, and animation and melee attack +5 for Sons of Urson and War Wagons. Not a massive deal for the melee attacks for the War Wagons, to be perfectly honest, but the +5 for Sons of Urson is quite handy. And we'll go through each one. We'll go through the Sirena, Katarina, Baka even first. So let's have a quick look at her. Casual replacement +5, Untitled +2, recruitment rank +2, and upkeep for those bit more useful, I would say. Those particular field effects. Reduction of upkeep by 20% is always very nice, and a bit more recruitment rank, of course, is excellent. The Untainted is very good. So when you compare to them, I would swing to Zarina mainly because the Katarina even, well, Zarina's a rank, basically because she's an ice mage and she's really powerful, and she's just cooler, pun intended. So let's start off this campaign. I'll show you the basics of it, and we'll get through it all. Do the usual. We'll do the skill trees, and we'll do a text tree as well. This time I'm not going to do a campaign where I am in my campaign because I just haven't had a chance this time. So it'll be just the basic facts. I want to get all the basics of the campaign over to you. I can do for every mod I do, and so yeah, let's move on to this Kislev mod while it's loading up. So Kislev, right at the top, northeast corner of the map. Well, north. Yeah, it is northeast corner. Right where the Chaos Wastes are. So endgame can get quite interesting. I've played a bit of a campaign. Before all this, before Kislev Reborn, I did play quite a couple of campaigns and really enjoyed it. But they've now tweaked the actual campaign to make more sense. They've added a few more things. One has just popped up there, which I'll go through in a minute. So, start the campaign. Here we are. So let's have a quick look at the campaign. So you start off with the main Kislev faction. You start with of the Southern Alblast, two of the towns, Kislev of course, and Zavatsa, where the Orcs, or the Greenskins, have taken over the Fort Jakova. So that's your first main task. North is Prague and Volgograd, and they're held by Prague itself. So that's a different faction. Prague also hold there, and then the other Kislev faction is over here, which is Erengrad. Now you can actually confederate with these, but obviously you can't confederate with sort of Ostend or whatever. So if I just do that, as you can see, no option. So just so you're aware. Initially download a mod, which allows you to confederate with more things, which you can definitely do. So let's start off with her start army. And not a bad army, it's nothing special, but you do get a Griffin Legion early on, which is very good, very powerful. And Ring Lancers, so you just get a nice set of cavalry, and you also get some Czechist patrols, which are very good skirmish cavalry with their missiles. When it comes to actual foot infantry, nothing special really. Kreml Guard, which is really good, which is one of the highest elite infantry you have for Kislev, and some Corsairs and some Corsairs with bows. So not too bad. I'll come back to this bit in a minute. Let's go over the building management screen. to show you, give you an idea of where these things are. So, basic stuff. This is where you get all the barracks. This is where you get all the usual infantry. Then upward to the Winged Lancers, up to the Griffin Legion, up to the Circle of Bear. Then you got the cavalry section. Well, actually the Ungol cavalry section. This is Ungol posts. There's all the Ungol units. Up to the Hag Witch and the Ungol Horsemasters. Of course, you got the Sons of Circle of Bear. So they obviously need this building here. Then we got the Canon War Wagons, Urgan Cannon, and the Grand Cannon, the big one. And this is where the Block of Powers is where you get your Kreml Guard. I think that's the only place you can actually get the Kreml Guard. I don't think I see any more here. Might just be. So there's your Bear Cavalry, Sons of Urson, which obviously need the Steelsmith, Priest, and the Keepers of Hunt. All the rest are just this standard thing. You got Witch's Conclave, so you only have one choice of the Ice Witch, you don't have any others. Which is a bit restrictive because the rest of the Empire have, of course, got pretty much every single magical yore down. And then you got the usual buildings, which are nothing different there. So that's your standard tree. Just standard affair. Just shows you where you get your particular units from. Just check off that. We dip into a separate section for the tech tree, which is pretty similar, and we'll go through the actual skill trees, see each one as well. So just to complete this video off, we'll just have a look at the unit mechanic. So here we are at the top is Realm Resilience. Kislev stands as it always has, defined blah blah blah. Resilience gain -5 faction wide until +2. So at the moment we're at Realm Resilience of roughly 101. Which basically means I don't get any benefit from it. I just get an untainted +2, but I don't get resilience gained, which is there. So how do you get resilience? Well, the usual methods. Fighting. There's also a few talent trees that give it. The usual things, and you can also get it from getting various buildings. I believe, let's just check, I think this has it. Reserves? Yes, there, resilience gain 10. I thought it did. But there's not many buildings that do it. Just have a quick look. I don't think there's another one. Let's drag over to this one. Oh yeah, there is. So right, there's one for the Caravanserai. Doesn't sound like a word, but never mind. Yep, just those two buildings. And as I said, there's some skill trees that do it as well. So that's how you gain resilience. So you can either spend it, or just keep it like this to keep your realm resilience up. Now you can spend it, like you saw here. This is the scrap mechanic of the greenskins. So there you can add the Wrath of the King, Can Queens, Ice Wings Blessing, and Wings of Griffin. So of course everyone's different. So let's have a quick look at the Griffin Legion. So we've got the same type of things. Wings of Guardian, Wings of Griffin. So just the basic things, and each one costs about 25. Quite an ideal thing. And it really does boost up a decent unit to a really good one. Just, you know, it increases here and there, and you just pick the one you want, as you would normally. And there you go. So that's the start of the Kislev campaign. It's pretty decent. I might as well go into how I have done one campaign, I think. I didn't go that far into it because, like I said, I've been busy. But I wouldn't say it's massively hard. You do have the problem because you are surrounded by the Empire from the off. The only real problem is the greenskins, which are down here. If I just scroll to the right here. Yeah, this is where Azak starts now, and he is pretty keen about getting this back when you take it back, because you take it right back here he does. And a constant flood of greenskins come through here. So this is kind of priority one to get the Red Eye Mountain back. And hopefully clean up the greenskins in the valley here. And then you can push on down that way, or, because to be honest, there's not many problems here. Of course there's a Skaven. You do get the chaos coming in this way. Depending how they're doing fighting the various factions up here. Norska might spread out a bit. But I didn't really see it in my playthrough. I didn't see the undead come this way, because the undead are quite virulent. They do like to spread the wings quite early on. But during my playthrough, I didn't really see it. Not what's going to change for you. It might be different. It can be quite random, Total War Warhammer, especially with mods are available. The modders usually tweak it for their own personal preferences. So there you go, and from there we go straight onto the tech tree. So here we are on the tech tree for Kislev, and as you can see it's based on the Empire faction, obviously. And I'm hoping they're going to upgrade this one day, to be honest, because I think it just needs more freshing out. If you've played SFO, and I know they put a ton of effort into their tech trees, I'd like something similar, because like the only real decent one is Dwarfs. The new greenskin ones is alright actually, and the ones they've updated are at least reasonable, but I think they still need to add a bit more. Maybe we get it in Warhammer 3. Who knows? Anyway, let's have a quick look at this. So we've got Foreign Affairs, so this is all the various diplomatic bonuses to the various factions. So that's all them. 7,000 a pop. Then you got resilience training, resilience tech. So obviously you need resilience to unlock these. So 50 is quite expensive. Not the easiest thing to keep a good stack of, to be honest. Resilience. So pay for it, use it carefully. So we might as well start over here. So first off is mission training, better leadership. Then off to unit experience. Always a favourite of me. Get the unit experience ones. Level 2 from the off, because it can take a while to get from level 1 to level 1, I find. Then you got the expand the Tsar's Guard, +8 for Common Guard, +8 for Griffin Legion Circle Bear. Not bad. Nice bit of upkeep for Drazania units. And then we got leadership +3 and then unit +3 for Checkas. Again, I really like the unit experience ones. And if memory serves, Bocker himself, the Tsar, Boris Bocker, he has a unit experience +2 on something as well. So moving on, Hardening Ever Armour, Vigorous, Reload Time, +5 and Go Infantry, so that's quite a wide buff. And then the Go Horse recruitment cost and the upkeep. So, Pacific, I would say some of this is. Then you've got Custard Drills, so +8 and +8% speed. Quite extensive because the Corsairs keeps with the hunt and strategy units. They're all the foot ones. I think the Corsairs have actually mounted ones as well, maybe? Or is that the Ungors? That might be the Ungor. Rifle damage, very good. Veteran Gunners, like I've said before, very good and very handy. Nice bit of weapon strength, +10, +5%. And then some more armour. Then hero capacity +1 for battle ridders, +2 for recruitment rank, and it's especially good recruitment rank for wizards and heroes for obvious reasons. Get your start of that skill tree, get your a few spells into the magic line, very nice. Then you got some Hematic Rituals, reducing chaos attrition, obviously very good where you were, and wins magic power reserve for the armies against all armies, or all armies that is actually interesting. Wins power reserve all armies, so that's for reduction and that's for increase it, very nice. Tainted Servants, +20% research, but you get a chaos corruption +5 faction wide. Is that worth it? +20% is quite nice. A lot of these take 5 turns, 10 turns odd, so it's not too bad. Don't know if it's worth it, the chaos corruption, depending if you've got a load of mage buildings with help reduce it, possibly right. Me attack when fighting against Warriors of Chaos and Norska, weapon damage, obviously this is very nice. And then you got resilience there, gain 5 turn, and wins of magic, so depends which one you go down to. So we've got Realm of the Ice Queen. So there's all mainly the usual way of getting them. So you just click on it, takes 5 turns, etc, etc. So a bit more growth, public order, commodity training, grain silos, industrial Kislev distillery, so more resilience there. More recruitment rank, so that's a bit better because it's all the infantry. Warhouse breeding, so -5% is not that much on the grand scheme of things, to be honest. About 15 for your Griffin Legion. It's not great, really. 3 tariffs, and then you got some ammunition for +10, always good for more ammunition. Plus 10, so that's about 4 possibly per unit for the artillery. They're roughly 30, give or take. Income from war industry, plus 5. That does mount up when you get into the 8 of the game. Armour plus 5. It covers a lot of units, but is armour plus 5 going to be worth it? I'm dubious. Supply wagons, that's quite nice. Nice bit of attrition, minus 50%. Minus 50% is a lot. That's really good. And I'm immune to snow attrition. You kind of think that should be done by default for Kislev, to be honest. But, yeah. Got some more you'd recruitment rank plus 2. Very nice. Some more ammunition. Very good. Melee attack. When fighting Norska. Always handy. Leadership over. Plus 50% when fighting against Warriors of Chaos. That's quite nice. Leadership. Plus 10 and plus 15% for damage. And lastly, intelligence sharing. Minus 50% and hero action success chance. Which is not too bad. Then you got the various cults of Kislev. So these are based on if you've got the particular building. So you've got a nice ward save. Ward saves are really powerful. Even at 5%, it's surprising how much they benefit. And that great untainted plus 5. Really handy. Very good. More growth. Okay, small amount, but that per order of plus 5 is quite beneficial. Then you got Breasted Golden Mail. Magic resistance, 10% for all units. Pretty decent. Even 10% on some spells can definitely help. And more resilience buffs. And leadership. Leadership not exactly a massive problem with Kislev, but every year helps. Warrior companies, so plus 3 units. That's really nice. And then some more weapon strength when fighting Warriors of Chaos and Norska. So there you go. And that's the tech tree. So here we are with Tsarina's, Katerin's, Bocca's skill tree. So let's have a quick look through this. So we've got all the usual ones, Root Marcher down the bottom here. You can pause the video if you want. That's quite nice, by the way. Here, Recruitment Ground plus 5 ancestral wizards or provinces. I presume that's what the Ice Bridges did. I presume that's correct. I don't see why it wouldn't be, because you can't actually recruit a ancestral wizard. So there must be that one. Guardian Strike, Grandmaster, Magician, Eat of Renown, and Renowned Unfeared. So, usual ones, and then you got all, of course, all the various ones for various units. What she's using in her army. Very nice too. All the usual ones. There's nothing really spectacular there. I have to admit, do like that one. I didn't see that one before when I was playing my playthrough. And plus 30% casualty punishment rate. That is really nice. That's really good. So let's forward to that. That's definitely worth going for. Possibly this is probably better. Of course, all the spells which I went through with my unit roster video. Very powerful. Has a lot of benefits, this particular magic. And of course, onto Shard Storm, Erection of Ice Storm, and of course Arcane Conduit. So more specific ones to her. It's a Beloved of Kislev, so that's that buff I talked about. Then you got Royal Guard, more armour, so that can go up to plus 10 I presume. And immune to psychology. Very nice. Devoted Followers, so a bit of Jordan recruitment rank. I presume that's plus 3 on the next level. That's nice. And minus 75% recruitment cost. Now that is makes it very cheap. Interesting. Secrets of Bocca Paris. Enemy magic reduction. Only minus 4. It's not massive, but maybe worth one spell difference. Bit more research rate and a massive income for more buildings, plus 15. That is if she's in that local province. That is very nice. Minus 8 is getting quite good. Protector of Kislev. Very nice. And Kingdom Come. That's great. Yeah, that's pretty decent. That's very good. Nice Vigorous as well. That's really good. 50% all cavalries. You have to keep your cavalry moving quite a lot with Kislev, as I went over in my roster video. That is very good. Very powerful. Then our items. The Crystal Cloak, Fair Frost, and then she can have an Ice Horse or Bard Ice Horse. You can see the stats on the F1 screen. Then her Magical Sway, which I think is just really cool. Again, pun intended. Healing, always handy. Kin of Bear God, physical resistance across the entire army, that's really nice. And then some really good reduction costs for her spells. And I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. So that's Katerin. Before I get into Boris's skill tree, let's have a quick look at his starting army for the campaign. So as you can see, it's not too bad. Some winged lancers, which is always nice, and Sons of Orson, which is even nicer. The Bear Cavalry, very nice, and of course the light cannon. And any artillery at the start of a campaign is really good, and makes up for the fact that obviously Boris is not a mage, which is my preferred choice if we're taking the edge of the Horde. We've got some Corsairs, Keepers of the Hunt, and then some standard Corsairs with great weapons. So it's not too bad. So let's jump into his skill tree. Oh, I was going to show you one more thing on the campaign, which I think I missed on the main campaign view. This Realm Resilience thing. So as you can see, it's at 101, 150, and if you see how they pray, you can see it's split into different levels. So what I thought I'd do was just show you the different levels. So as you can see, at the moment, this is base. So I've just started the campaign. I'm at 101. So if I spend some of my money, let's just spend some of that on Tor Strength. And as you can see, Resilience gain -5, -2, all provinces, and -5 all your armies. So that's quite a hefty debuff. So let's get to the next level, which is yes than 50. So let's add a bit of that and a bit of that. As you can see, it's quite a significant debuff now. -5 still, -5 growth as well, -5 public order, leadership, and more chaos corruption. So obviously this means that all this is adding up until I get enemy rebellion in these provinces, which is obviously pretty bad. Anyway, that's why I wanted to show you that and add on to my bit of campaign. So let's nip into the skill tree now. Here it is. As you can see, standard fare for a melee focused Edge of the Horde. So all the various things here, I'm just going to skip through them. Nice constant punishment bonus there, very nice. And in Strike, Quartermaster, and all the usual things, Defenders of the Borders. Then his own personal abilities for his army. So it's just for his army, as we've seen before. Pretty similar to the one that Tsarina has. And just quickly go through it. But all pretty decent, good values here and there. And of course, the Arts of Ability, Standing Ground. Make it a bit more useful in the offense. You can get down this tree. And he's pretty decent at the start, to be very honest. But all these do help him. And Deadly Braid, Full Seeker. Moonraker just adds a bit more, because it severely acts the AP damage, which is probably his biggest weakness as a combat Horde. And his leadership is actually surprisingly low as well, which I've just noticed. But it might be just because he's on the campaign. It's because of the debuffs going on, because of the things I've just did, that's why. I think it's about 75 normally. Okay, top rank. Best of Kislev, bit of leadership. Not a massive thing for Kislev as a whole, because the leadership is so good by default. And of course they get that buff. Big bonus versus Yards for 5th Griffin Legion units, very nice, and a melee attack. Handpicked aid, more leadership and more armour. Not bad, but leadership is severely buffed now. Powerful Nobles, a nice recruitment rank for +4 for boyars, which is really good. Crim the Glory, -5% for all units, not a massive deal. It's nice, but it's not a massive thing. But a good recruitment rank, +2 for all units, which is really good. And Rise of the Legend, +10% of weapon strength. Also, Arm of Orson, Ishard Braid, Urskon is Bear Mount, which really does increase his AP, which is one of the main things. And he just looks cool on it. Hold of the Iron, Urson's Ward, a bit of physical resistance, Tsar of Kislev, Public Order and Untainted, and Mark of the Bear God, put a fringe on him. And there you go, that's Boris. So let's have a look at the other Hordes you can get at this. So this is the Ungol Ataman, and there'll be one more after this. Got Root Marcher, United Hand, Need of Renown, and all the usual things at the bottom here. Devout Follower, nice casual punishment. Bad Rune Recovery, that's quite nice. And you Strike, Quartermaster, all the usual ones, Defenders of the Borders. Then you got the various ones for the particular army he's running. All the usual powerful abilities, and just to increase your abilities on each one. Then onto hard to hit, and these are of course his own abilities. So in combat, just makes it a bit tougher. He's decent in melee. He's not great, but he's decent. A few more bits bobs in here, it can be actually pretty effective. And I've got Deadly Assault at the end. And at the top, just a Warhorse, and that's it. So, nothing massively interesting, not interesting, but massively different when it comes to the normal Yords. And we're going to the next one now. And for the sake of completeness, here's the other Yord you can choose. This is Voda, or Voda. As you can see, this is actually pretty much identical to the one we've just looked at. But I'll just quickly hover over them and just make sure there's nothing different. But I think we're on safe ground by saying this is pretty similar. Each one's a bit more unique. This one's a bit tougher. It's got better defense, but not as good as attack, so it's not too bad. Obviously not a par for the edge of the Yords, but still can definitely do a decent job with your. I've always got a bit more defense then, but there wasn't. Hard to hit, devastating charge, full plate armor, and all the usual things here. Yeah, it's pretty much identical. But I like to make sure you get a good idea of the mod and show all the trees as much as I can. Okay, now onto the skill trees for the heroes. So these are always very quick, and as you can see, there's nothing that different with them. But let's do the Priest of Urson first. So we've got Replenishment, Cleanse and Corruption, Damage Building, Wound, Hinder Replenishment, and Specialist. That's about it, and of course the more interesting one. So a bit of Devastating, Full Plate Armour, Hard to Hit, Deadly Blade, and we've got Growling Fury here, which is really nice. Armor Piercing, Weapon damage plus 30% and charge bonus, really good. Woundmaker, Scar Veteran, Dumpable, Blade Shielded, or Blade Shield, and then Prayers of Urson, which makes him. Nope, let's get back to that. Plus 15 me attack, plus 15 me defense, and make him unbreakable. Really powerful. Probably one of my favourite of the priests, of the actual melee created ones. So what we're going to do. See me cutting in and out, we'll just go straight to the next one, and I've got them all unlocked here. It's my equal test campaign, so let's go to this one. Who's he? He's a Boyer, so let's go to the Boyer. And we've got Brainmaster, Devastating Charge, Full Plate Armour, Hard to Hit, Melee Defense, Deadly Blade, Full Seeker. So all this is your standard melee combat Yord, pretty much like an Empire Captain. There's nothing unique about him at all, to be perfectly honest, but I just thought I'd show it. So onwards to the next one. And this is the Hag Witch. Who are you? Joyska? What's good doing first? To see if there's anything interesting about that one. All the same, we've got Stalker there, which is campaign the inside, which is nice, quite nice. Slippery to add a bit more melee defense. But other than that, the same old really. So nothing unique about that one. And let's have a look at the Hag Witch, who apparently got a Bretonnian accent for reasons. Oh no, I hope one day they're able to actually import their own voices into the game. That'd be really cool. Because I'm sure there'll be a lot of voice actors and actresses who would like to do that. Just for a bit of a uniqueness to them. Whether they allow it, who knows. Anyway, so these are how the spells work for the Hag Witch. Very powerful. Loads of curses, as you might guess, from a witch. And there's that natural code, so that's quite a powerful ability. That's quite far down after spending 3 spell points in here. That's really powerful and really good. And then we've got 2 more Curse of Mr. Virtue. So quite a small one, but we've got quite a bit more interesting at the top here. So it's transformed into a ghostly figure for the rest of the battle. I don't think it gives you any stat changes. And I can't actually look at uniqueness, but that's quite nice. Fathomable. But it basically makes I would have thought very hard to hit. Sublime Focus, so nice bit of increased magic power and miscast base chance. Solve Stone, dropping miscast again. Urson's Board, 90%. Power Familiar, Wings of Magic, Power Reserve, plus 15, really nice. More resistances, so it's quite a lot of unique abilities. And if you add in the Form of the Ancient Window, which you can do a bit of damage on that front, not much though, but a bit. So that is that skill tree, and I think I don't think I've got the last one out actually, so let's have a quick look. This is just my way of done that one, done that. Oh yeah, alright, so it's the witch. So, no, kind of Hag Witch, Ice Witch I need. Alright, so that is in there. There she is. Nope, I can't recruit them because of reasons, because I've used it too much. So let's see if I can just quickly get rid of the Hag Witch here. Back into here. Recruit hero. Witch. Ice Witch. Let's go for monster tracker. And here she is. So, last skill tree. Boost income, steal technology, wound, hinder punishment, and specialist. So these are same old. And there's the ice skill tree. Ice ore. Just so you got a bit of an idea of what's going on. And what you get when you actually download this mod. So, all those abilities which I've already been through. So our top ranks, we've got Warhorse and Ice Pegasus. Ice Pegasus is quite nice, but as you can see, not much difference in the actual stats. The Favorable Presence, Sublime Focus, Soulstone, Originz Ward, Power Familiar. Always be quite familiar because I've just gone through them on the Hag Witch. And that is all the various skill trees. Nice and quick because there's not much unique about them, but just add a bit more flavour to your armies and they all provide their own uniqueness. So thanks for watching this campaign overview for Kislev Reborn. Sadly I didn't have time to actually do a decent campaign up to the usual 60 turns or something similar, but just didn't have a chance this week. So thanks for watching and I hope to see you in the next one.